Making our headlines today, Monday, January 19th, Health Services Authority senior leaders appeared before the Public Accounts Committee to discuss financial challenges. E-bike and scooter users receive extended time to comply with licensing regulations, and the local track and field season officially opened on Saturday. Good evening and welcome to CIGtv News, your official source for the latest and most accurate government information. I'm Kafara Augustin. Health Services Authority senior leaders appeared before the Public Accounts Committee on Friday, January 16th, addressing Auditor General observations on the authority's 2024 financial performance. Despite receiving a clean audit opinion, the HSA reported a $12.4 million deficit. Chief Executive Officer Ms. Lizette Yearwood spoke to some of the challenges faced by the HSA as a national healthcare provider.
So I'd just like to start off by kind of putting things in context, because HSA as a national healthcare provider provides care accordance with the mandate laid down in the Health Services Authority Act. And that's aligned with WHO standards for national health systems. So we use that as a framework each year when we sit down to look at our strategic planning to determine, what services we provide, how we provide them, and how we meet the growing demand of the community. And our mandate has always been to ensure safe, appropriate care that's accessible for all persons in the Cayman Islands. And I think that that's one of the things that provides a challenge to us, is that we provide care to all residents regardless of their ability to pay when they receive services. So, the demands that are placed on us on an ongoing basis are extensive. However, we continue to collaborate with private providers to ensure the best outcomes for our patients. And we prioritize timely, safe, accessible care. And with the growing population, you will see that some of the services have been expanded to ensure that the care is accessible where the individuals need and the type of services that is needed. One of the other things in our mandate is to ensure resilience. As the public healthcare provider, as a national healthcare provider, we have to maintain an essential capacity to ensure that we can respond to emergencies, we can respond to surges such as we saw during the COVID pandemic.
Ms. Yearwood also spoke to the authority's intention to conduct a current cost analysis to truly outline how much is fiscally required for the HSA to deliver the level of care necessary for the Cayman Islands.
But one of the things that we're also doing, and we're in the process of recruiting for a cost accountant, is to go through and cost our services. Because whereas we're saying that the charge master hasn't been updated in some areas, we recognize in some areas what we have to do is to go through a detailed costing to ensure that if we're charging $120 for you to see the doctor, that it really does cost us $120. As you know, we're not here to make a profit, but we actually need to at least break even, right? So the costing of the services is something that's important, because there's nothing right now to guarantee that the fees in the charge master, or even the fees that we're asking for the charge master, is adequate, because there's been cost of supplies, cost of salaries, all of those things are inputs into the cost of providing the service.
Both days of the Public Accounts Committee hearing can be watched on demand on the Cayman Islands Government YouTube channel. The committee will be sharing a full report on the outcomes from proceedings in the coming days. Riders of micromobility devices, namely electronic or e-bikes, scooters, and similar personal transport devices, have been given additional time to comply with the traffic law regulations. The enforcement date has been extended to March 1st. Under the existing law, anyone riding an e-bike, scooter, or similar personal transport device on public road is required to be at least 17 years of age, Hold a valid Category 0 or Category 2 driver's license. Ensure the device is inspected, registered, licensed, and insured. Follow the rules of the road, including all traffic signals, signs, and road markings. Ride only where it is legal to do so, and not on sidewalks or against the flow of traffic. Owners who have not yet completed an inspection, registration, licensing, and insurance are strongly encouraged to do so no later than 28th of February, 2026. From March 1st, 2026, the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service will commence enforcement of the existing law. Penalties may include fines, prosecution, and disqualification from driving. You can read the full regulations online at dvdl.gov.ky. Now for today's sports news. The 2026 track and field season opened with its first meet last Saturday, January 17th, at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex. Athletes from multiple sports clubs, including Vision Academy, High Tech Tigers, Mustang Track Club, Falcon Athletics, and Speed Athletics. Talent developed at local meets play a critical role in identifying national athletes and the progression of track and field in Cayman overall. Time now for our weather forecast. A stationary front continues to bring cloudy skies and scattered showers across the Cayman Islands today, with heavier activity expected towards the sister islands. A flood advisory remains in effect. Tonight, expect overcast skies with scattered showers and periods of rain, possibly with thunder. Locally heavy showers may cause flooding in low-lying areas. Temperatures will drop to the mid-70s with northeast winds at 15 to 20 knots and higher gusts. Seas will be rough at 5 to 7 feet, swells along northern and western coasts. A small craft advisory is in effect. Conditions will gradually improve by Tuesday as the front dissipates, with rough seas persisting throughout midweek. For local weather updates, be sure to visit the Cayman Islands National Weather Service website, that's weather.gov.ky, and follow their Facebook page for the most reliable coverage. If you're watching us on the CIG YouTube channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed with the facts straight from the source. That's all for today's news brief. I'm Kafara Augustin. We'll see you again tomorrow.